Hey everyone, how are you? How's your week going so far? We're good. Everyone having a good week? This is usually how it is, where Rosie talks to herself. So I'll just continue. It's the Rosie show. So today I wanted
Rosie, how are you, honey?
hey, thank you. Hi. Thanks, Latoya. I appreciate you. Um,
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk to you guys and just kind of bounce off last week where we were talking about how you can use ChatGPT for your as a real estate agent to get some content to actually write the copy for you. But I thought it might be interesting to just look at like 10 killer ideas to just get you started to actually know what to ask ChatGPT about. If you don't want to ask it, what are or 10, hot topics. This is actually an article that was written, I'm going to share with you guys. And if you hear, I'm sorry if you hear banging in construction, there is a lot of construction going on in my neighborhood right now. So I apologize if there's any glitches with the internet. I will be back if anything happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I want to go over this article that I read, I found, and I thought it was really great because it's just got 10 very simple things that you can pop into either Canva that we should be using because that's Rosie's number one tip as a real estate agent. Get yourself some Canva. Get Canva in your life. It will change everything for you. Content wise, because that's where you make the things cute. That's where you make it eye catching and grabbing. And you've just got everything at your fingertips there. So this article talks about what things you might want to put into ChatGPT to get you the content written for you. But here are the topics, just some suggestions. I thought it would be good to share with you guys. Okay, can everybody see this? Are we good? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Alrighty. Masteredmarketing.com. I suggest you guys go in there or read these articles. Um, they're great at giving you guys not only content information for your social media, but also really kind of on the side of the consumer, kind of picking a consumer's brain and, well, what does that look like for the people that we are marketing to? So here are some awesome ideas that should get you guys some attention, should garner some attention if you are using it with, like I said, something like Canva, to make these tiles and to get your people talking to you, get some interaction on your page. So answer questions you get asked. It's pretty straightforward. You would assume, right? But instead of talking about yourself, you'll build a more engaged following if you add value. So ask people, drop your questions here, things like that. So that, and then say maybe something like this I thought would be a good idea. Hey, it's a Monday or it's a Wednesday. Drop your questions here, and on Friday, I'm going to be answering questions for you. And you can even do a Facebook Live right here. It says Instagram stories are a great place for short little snippets, but you can use Facebook Live for longer videos and Q&As. So that's what I'm talking about. Right off the bat here, number one is a Q&A session. And I think that's brilliant to get people talking to you. Some questions. When is the best time to sell my home? Can talk about that. For example, if no one sends you in any questions, you've got some built-in questions here. How can I add value to my home? What is the market doing right now? Should I buy first or sell first? This is for someone who has both options, right? They're currently in a home and they don't quite know what to do first. Do I sell first or do I buy first? So again, always put yourself as the professional with information and able to help somebody that may have a question for you. Number two, advice you give to property owners. Um, I myself have thought about, for example, for Tip Tuesday, exactly what we're doing. Instead of having me talk, why don't I bring in someone that may have tips on their field? For example, Jennifer, I know for a fact would be able to give us a wealth of information on financing and mortgages, whereas, for example, I would not. So in order to, really round yourself out, give work with other network and work with other professionals in other areas of what you do, so that you can truly provide more knowledge, you can provide more professionalism, and you can actually help them better, right? So advice that you would give to property owners. If you don't have any advice yourself, like I said, get a trusted vendor to help you with that. Um, Education, yeah, educate your audience and you'll become the go-to source, correct? So even if it's not you, right? If we're talking about inspections, I'm not an inspector, but people would come to you knowing that you're a professional real estate agent that knows inspectors. So be the one that they trust for information. Share stories, not testimonials. I thought this was really great too. You'll go through a real estate agent's page on Instagram. You're going to see testimonials, right? And we're saying this all the time. Make it different. They're going on everyone's page. You don't want it to look the same. So don't always just have a tile with a blurb of a testimonial and the 5 stars, right? Instead, why don't you share one of your clients' story from, the moment that they contacted you to when you hand them the keys to their home if they're a buyer, or when you successfully sell their home and they're able to move on and do whatever it was next in their life. For example, I've got a great story that I should share. I helped someone sell their home here locally and then move out of state to go be with their grandchildren. And I think that's a beautiful story. And there's really nothing better than explaining how you help your clients for anyone else to really feel like, oh, they can trust you. And now they know you. And now you've told them a story about how you help someone in possibly a similar situation that they might have. So it really kind of pulls at the heartstrings instead of just Rosie's great and 5 stars and she helped me sell my house. Yeah, obviously. Right. So there's a kind of like a pocket here where I don't think enough people are tapping into really getting to the root of what we do, which is truly helping people either buy, sell, or lease their home. And where you live is a big deal. Everyone needs a home. Everyone needs to put a place to, lay their head at night. So what we do is very, very important. Share these stories, not the 5 star testimonial. Those are great too, right? Mix it up, but having a reel of a story might even go viral. So it's a great opportunity instead of just the regular testimonial that everybody else is doing. Oh, design and interior ideas. This is great too. Again, if you want to put this into ChatGPT, what are the current top design and interior trends for homes in Buffalo, New York, wherever you are? Make it specific to you, to your area, so that you can really, again, position yourself as the area, uh, full of area information and knowledge and even trends that are happening. My Miami trends might be completely different than Texas trends. Florida and Texas are different than New York and California. So look up trends in your area, and that's a great form of interaction. You can also, like I was saying, to bring in instead of a lender or someone that does financing, if you do an entire segment on maybe a Q&A with an interior designer, or a Q&A with a stager, or having making a connection with a stager in your area and saying, what are the current trends for me, for example, in Miami right now? How are you staging homes? How are you seeing that buyers, what are you seeing that buyers are really leaning towards or attracted by? So that's a great segment. I think we also need to be using video. If I can give you that tip today, we need to be doing more video, myself included. I am going to be putting myself up to that test. I don't have enough video on my Instagram. And, I just came out of the 3-day Freedom Masterclass, which I learned so much in. And one of my biggest takeaways was that we have to be prolific. We have to be prolific in where we put ourselves in social media, in the content we're creating. We have to not just do one thing anymore. We have to really do it all. So you can't just be on one website. You have to be on all the websites. You can't just do photos on Instagram. You have to get into Reels. You have to start creating engaging content that will get people actually making comments on your Reels and on your posts, because otherwise they're just sitting there dead in the water, and we're losing out on a lot of business that way. Creating a weekly segment. This year, I mean, how many of us here? I think we've got a couple people on today. Awesome, kind of a full house. I want to break for a minute. How many of us here currently implement something like this, like a weekly segment or a Q&A session with someone? Even if you do it monthly, like kudos, good start. But how many of us in here are implementing anything like this? Is anyone? Oh, Latoya, I think I hear you talking. I see you talking. Unmute yourself if you're talking. I can't hear you. Anybody? So no one in here is doing anything. I do this weekly. I'm here every Tuesday. No one's doing anything weekly. All right, we have to get on that. We have to be creating content. Like, we're not, we say this all the time. My team says this all the time. We're not silent secret agents. You can't be. How is anyone going to know about you, know what you do, come to you for even information, let alone having you help them, if they don't know what you do? So this is a great way. We have our phones everywhere with us. Create content, just even if it's, hey, I'm here. I didn't know if anyone was going to show up today, and so I was like, I'll just create it, I'll just do it myself. But at least you're out there, and at least as we're going to go back, on the YouTube, it was going to be there. So create something weekly. If it's a Monday, we went through this last week, I believe. Motivational Monday, topic Tuesday, walk through Wednesday. There's so many things. If you want it to be cute and catchy, something like that, there are so many things you can do. But create a weekly segment. If you don't want it to be yourself speaking, like I said, bring in a friend. Get a friend. If it's not a friend, a trusted vendor that you work with consistently, just anything in order to be able to be out there, put yourself out there, and again, give information and let people know that you're there to help and you do know what you're talking about. And you know some people that know what they're talking about too. Yeah, buddy system. Stay consistent by doing a segment at the same time each week. You guys know you'll always find me here on Tuesdays at 11:30, right? Do that for yourselves. And that leads me to, of course, the interviews, which is exactly what I was talking about. If you bring in a buddy for one of these segments, you can also interview them. So you can do a weekly segment where it's information one week, and then the next week we're going to be interviewing this professional from XYZ company. They have this to offer, and this is great to really get in your area. Use hashtags. If we're talking about you're going to interview a licensed area, for example, inspector, interview them, cross promote each other. Their audience is going to be watching, your audience is going to be watching, and then what happens is you have this beautiful mix, but where you guys can help each other and possibly network and work with each other on some transactions. That's really what it comes down to, especially if you're in your area and you're staying local. Letting people know you've got trusted local vendors to turn to for any reason is super important. Interview them. You can do it like a live Q&A session, or if you want to get really fancy with it, you guys can have professional cameras either set up, or you guys can pay to have it done and have it be like a whole show if you want. There's so many ways to really make this your own, but have presence online is basically what it comes down to. So all these different ways you can create content, but the main point is have presence online. People are online. Everyone's online. I don't think if you try hard to put yourself everywhere. I don't think within a couple of months, there's no way that there isn't a buzz, that you don't gain more followers, that you don't have people reaching out to you. Hey, I saw that you are a realtor in my area. I saw you at XYZ restaurant, or you were doing some cross promotion on a restaurant last week. Walk into to the companies around your town. Introduce yourself, leave your card there, things like that. But all of this is content creating opportunities. You can even do a video or a photo even of what you do on Wednesdays, where you just go around everywhere and distribute your card and say hello to people. It could be Walk Around Wednesday, and it could be you doing what you do in your community. So it could be very simple, but interviews allow you to share stories. They allow you to add value to your fans, access another audience, and support local businesses all in one. So I love the interview aspect. You can even call ahead to somewhere local and say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm a local realtor, and I just wanted to know if it'd be okay if I passed by today and just took a video of myself at your restaurant and enjoying the food, and that way I promote it, and anyone who's interested in your restaurant will see me come up as well on their feed. So it's all interconnected. The interwebs. Competitions. Competitions are a great way to build your page and generate a lot of buzz with a small budget. That's something like if you have like a clever idea. I have an idea. I'm not going to give it, because if you guys are local, you might see it, and I don't want you taking my idea. But I have got a clever idea of like a scavenger hunt, in a sense, around town. Make it fun and exciting and engaging that way. Even if it's a, hey, find me, scavenger, find me. On my laptop, I've got you need a house on your girl on the backside of my laptop. So if I'm anywhere, I don't care if it's a coffee shop or a restaurant, whatever, and I've got my laptop open, people see that. And if it's like, hey, if you see me, come on by and I'll give you a $5 Starbucks or coffee on me, $5 Starbucks gift card, whatnot. Make it fun. So I think that's a cute idea, some sort of game or competition. It will also get you a lot of followers, quite possibly, right? Just for the nature of, if you tag 3 friends and they follow me, then you're automatically, in this raffle for $100 Visa gift card, whatever the case is. But again, make it engaging and you're sure to get followers. Ask easy questions. I love these. How many of us do these? These are really, really easy. You don't have to do it with food, obviously, but as agents, how many of us put, this or that, and it's like a design style or an aesthetic or like a modern, and it's like this color or this color. Do any of us do that? These things are known for massive engagement because it's easy for them to just click. They don't have to sit there and write a long story. They don't even have to talk to you. And like polls, how many of us utilize polls? Nobody. None of us utilize polls. Okay, I utilize polls. I think polls are fun. This or that is totally a way to get people engaging quickly. And it's not a burden on them either. So they're on the go, it's real fast, but they feel like they are a part of your conversation. And when you get somebody's engagement, naturally they're going to follow you and be more interested in the things that you do and talk about if they think you're fun and engaging with them. So one of the best ways to do this is to ask a really easy question, something that takes 2 seconds to answer. Things like, would you rather this or that? Or do you like this or that? Or simply just this or that, but you've got photos behind each option. If you ask something like, what's your favorite memory? That's going to take too long for people to respond to you, and they're probably just swipe and just bypass it. But if you give them, these are fruit, but again, if you give them, I'm sure people in the automotive industry use cars, right? This one or the updated version, so for us, I would do something like this kitchen or that kitchen, this area or landscaping, this landscaping or this landscaping, which one looks better with the type of house behind it. And then some bonus ideas about sharing for content. Share your personal life, I'm guilty of not doing enough of that personally, so I'm going to do that. You know, a lot of people will ask, "Oh, Rosie, do you have two different Instagram accounts? Do you have your personal Instagram account, and do you have, you know, just your business one?" And I don't. I don't have a personal and a business. I keep it all business, and so that is limiting me in connecting with people that live in my area, are also moms, you know, our girl moms. You know, if you can connect with people on different levels, not just real estate, you're also giving yourself the opportunity to gain more followers and therefore more business in the long run, right? Because the more people that know you, the more business you're going to have. Your pets, get personal with it. There's one real estate agent, and please tell me if anyone has someone like this in their area. There's someone in my area who has a golden retriever, and the golden retriever is in every listing, photo, video, advertisement that I've seen. So much so that I know this real estate agent from their dog. I don't even know her name. I know she's a female. I can tell you she's a brunette, I think. I don't know her name, but I know that she has a beautiful golden retriever that is in every single one of her listing photos online. And so those kinds of things can engage people too. You never know what you're going to do to connect with someone or how you're going to connect with someone. But pets are a big one because people love their dogs and their cats. But if you're an animal lover, you're going to gravitate towards that realtor, right? If you're a client. So clients, I believe, like to see a good mix, you know, balance between, oh, this person's a human and they are a mom and they drive this and they have a cat. Oh, great. Okay, it's not just all business. So engaging on a personal level is really important too. Behind the scenes, I love this. I love behind the scenes. Behind the scenes gets to show people really what it's like, both agents and consumers alike. You know, what it's like to really prep for an open house, what it's like to get stuck in the rain, putting out those signs, you know, the directionals, what goes into staging day, what goes into an inspection day. You know, these things, people think about them. And when you offer insight into what it looks like on the professional side, people find it really interesting. I mean, I personally love documentaries and behind the scenes of even things like music video, right? Like how it's made. There's a whole show of how it's made. You get to go into factories and find out how these things we eat and we consume every day are made, and people find that interesting. So, you know, the behind the scenes is really great to be transparent with your audience. Artwork and designs. I like this personally because of the, you know, what we do for work. We are real estate agents. We are in homes and offices constantly. Um, you can even get with a local gallery. I mean, I just thought of that to share artwork of maybe local agents. Go to art festivals and share the artwork that is available to us. So not only like staged homes, right? But this gives you a way to actually showcase local artists. So I think that's a great idea too. And recycle content. If you've already got videos, blogs, or newsletters, recycle them into little snippets on social media. If you don't have CapCut, it's a great app. I would like to give you that little tip before we close out. CapCut is fantastic. You can take content you've made previously, chop it up into just the main bits and pieces that you want to give like new life, put some captions on there, which Instagram will do for you as well. And there's an app called Captions that also does it. I believe you can do it within CapCut. However, Instagram, just pop it in there and you click the captions and it'll populate for you. But in any case, go to CapCut, chop up that video you've already done and make it new and engaging, make it shorter, and put those captions on there and let it run again. No one's going to fault you for giving information once again, especially if it's all the way up here on your feed and it's current and still relevant. Yeah, mash it up. Have someone maybe do a mashup with you. Do interviews too. I know this wasn't mentioned here, but interviews are actually, they did mention interviews, but in a different way. Instead of it being a formal interview, the one where it's a split screen and you can be talking to someone like it's a Zoom, like a live call. That's also really interesting. If people know, hey, I'm going to expect at this time on this day, so Rosie's going to have a someone come in and talk to her about the industry. People are like excited about that. So give people something to look forward to. Let them know what you're doing and your entire like trajectory for the week. Put it there on those little bullets at the top on Instagram on the highlights. Like let people know what you do and let them know that Mondays are going to be motivational, and let them know that on Thursday you're going to frequent a local restaurant. So engage people that way by giving them something to look forward to. So I think those are my tips for today. Does anybody have any questions? Do they want me to roll through this again? Again, it's masteredmarketing.com. Anybody want to unmute? You have any questions about this? Any ways you feel like you're going to implement it that you're excited about? And again, you can take any of these topics and just pop them straight into ChatGPT. And if you're not, like, if you don't want to go with what they have here, ChatGPT will absolutely give you fresh, new ideas that are along the same lines. So on the topic, but it'll give you different bullet points.
Rosie, thank you. Love this. I'm actually working on a poll right now.
On a poll, you said?
Yes.
Awesome. Super awesome. I love those. And those are the ones, right, where you feel like people engage really quickly and it's easy. And do you get like more numbers? Do you get more engagement that way when it's something really easy? I'd assume so.
I love the engagement when it's polls and questions like that. I think my approach to this poll is, or these polls, I probably will do it for the rest of the month of May as well. Just taking your tidbit on doing something weekly. And I think it's more trying to be a little controversial, but still trying to figure out where everybody's mindset is, because it'll give me information that I can reuse for another post. So thank you for that. We do so much, we get so busy, you forget to try different things. And these tips are great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hi, I tried doing the polls the other couple of weeks ago or a month ago or something, but I couldn't actually do the polls because I didn't know how to do it was it on Facebook or how? I tried going that route, but I just didn't know how to create them. I did some research, but
Okay.
I think that Facebook had done away with them, and I don't know.
I
I
don't
just
know
couldn't.
about Facebook, but I do know that on Instagram they still exist. Do you know how to do those on Instagram?
I didn't try Instagram now.
Okay, cool. So
Try Instagram. Yeah, Facebook is not showing the option.
Right,
yeah.
yes, that's what I said. Wow, okay, so I just quit. I gave it up, so forget it. I didn't check Instagram. Because that's a great idea. Yeah, it's great, amazing
And
information
people
you're
are
giving
not
us
going to
here.
pass by that. Even if they do pass by, they're going to answer you. Just in my experience, they might not even stay and look at the rest of your stuff. But if they see a poll, like you'd be hard pressed to find someone that's not going to give you an answer. People
Right.
want, they want to be like, ooh, I'm part of this. I said yes, I said no, whatever it is. And then it's fun because you see how many people say yes and you see how many people say no, but they can't see who said it. So it's anonymous in a way, which is great because some people don't want to interact if it's not anonymous. And I've noticed that too. Much like a lot of you who won't talk to me. So if you go, Julio, real quick, can you see this? Because I can't see my screen. Let me stop sharing this, guys. Did I? No, I'm still sharing.
Yeah, it's blurry. I can't.
Okay. Can you see this?
Hold on.
You
Your screen
You're
is
on the
still up.
side. Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
side there. And it's really, really
Anyway, I'll walk you through it verbally because I can't even see myself. I have no idea. what it looks like. Okay, so you just go on Instagram and you click to create a new reel. Okay, and you're gonna go on the top. There's a little sticker with a smiley face. I'm sure we've seen that guy. It's one of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons.
Yeah.
Five buttons up on top here. So it's the little guy with the sticker smiley face. And it's gonna bring this up with all your little stickers. One of them says poll. One of them says poll. It's right
Is
there.
this on the reel? On the option story or reel?
Story. It works with stories as well.
Okay.
Yeah, anywhere you see the sticker thing, it's in one of those stickers. So if you've got the little sticker option on the top right, go ahead and click that. And then really easily, you're going to find it says poll somewhere there. Yours might be on the top or the bottom. Mine's sort of in the middle. And it's going to come up with an actual poll. And you populate what question you want in there. Ask a question. Are you having a good day? Yes and no. You can add more options too. And it's as simple as that. That's it. So Instagram polls are very, yeah. The Facebook ones have, I've never actually done one, and I think Jen said that they're not giving that option anymore. So I would stick to Instagram because you can do them like that.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. You know how to contact me. You let me know.
Tag us.
Yeah, for sure. Julia, I'm gonna be stalking you now just to see if you've got a poll up, and I'm gonna go in there first one.
Yeah. I'll do it. Yeah. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I've found the stickers now.
Okay, cool. And then in there, it's actually written out. It says POLL, and then it's got little like lines on it to the left of it. And then that's the one you can go in there and customize it. All right, guys, those are my tips for this week. Next week, I actually do want to line up an interview for you guys. I want some feedback. What are you guys looking forward to hearing, or what do you want to hear more of? If I did interview someone, what would you guys be interested in hearing? More tips on the selling side, more tips. You guys are worse in my 6th grade classroom. When I was a 6th grade teacher, they definitely interacted with me more. You guys want more on the selling side? Do we want more on the buying side? Do we want more on the agent side? Tips for agents themselves on preparedness, on where to get information to give our clients. What are you guys looking for?
I would say go for the selling side.
Okay. We can definitely do that.
That's another vote for me too. I'll vote for that.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I've got a lot of ideas like already. So thank you for that. All right, guys. So we'll do selling side next week. So I look forward to that. I'll be getting stuff together for you. I still would like to bring in an interview. So I want to make that relevant for you on the selling side. Maybe someone who would be able to offer some really good advice to our sellers that we could also give them on how to sell their home more quickly. Maybe on like how to stage it, or misconceptions. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to leave the house just the way it is, and it's your job to sell it for $3 million. You know, Mr. Buyer, Mr. Seller, you know, you need to do X, Y, and Z to get that amount of money. It's top dollar, and you know, it looks like a junkyard out front, and the walls are peeling, things like that. You know, I think that's really important to educate our sellers. So I'm going to work on that for you and still bring in an interview. I think that there's a wealth of knowledge, many people that I interact with on a daily basis that could provide a lot of information for us to give our sellers, just being more realistic, and also tools for our sellers like selling brochures that we can give to our sellers, not just the listing presentation, right? Great, you got that. You nailed that listing. It's yours. Now what? How do you educate your seller on the process from getting it listed on the MLS to what happens to move out, what happens all the way to move out day, and the day that you're at closing and you actually exchange keys with someone else to that property you're never going to again. What's that process look like for them? So I think that there's a lot that we can tap into there. Ooh, I went long today, guys. Sorry, almost at 40 minutes. But if there's no other questions, I think I'll let you guys go and we'll touch base next week.